barrel-chested freedom fighters, loving barbecue and bourbon, motorcycles, Texas guys that are now just on no-fly lists because we like freedom?
Sure, and that's their answer to the jihadis that have attacked us, who they won't say are jihadis, who they ordered the FBI not to go after. Talking to your sources, and do you guys have the clip? Okay, great. And we'll play it in a moment. I couldn't hear you. Talking to your sources, it's in the news the FBI was ordered to stand down twice on this guy. They've been ordered to stand down on this mosque. Have you talked to anybody? Have you confirmed that?
Yeah, it seems very evident now that not Omar specifically, that there was a stand down from him. I think the FBI in 2013 and 2014 actually did do their due diligence in the investigation. They went and interviewed him twice. It was somewhat inconclusive. And the person that made the reports at his work about him had then left. So that was kind of a moot investigation. So then the second one was when he had a friend that went to Syria and blew himself up. And the fact that he's now been investigated by the FBI twice for two different things, now 3 interviews.
Yeah, that's a red flag when your buddy goes and blows himself up and you go to a mosque saying murder all the infidels.
But it was the mosque that it sounds like there's a stand down for. It wasn't Omar. It was the mosque. Say, no, don't investigate that because, you know, the freedom of religion, we can't do it.
What I love is how Obama gets up on TV today and says, don't use the term radical Islam. And then the media follows his orders and uses what words he says. And his wife tells us what school lunches to eat. Since when did I wake up into a cult?
I had somebody today say, because I'm like, stop calling it a hate crime and a shooter. Call it a terrorist event. And the man was a terrorist or a radical Islamist. But I was getting to, like, it was a hate crime. Yeah, it's a hate crime. They hate all of us. They hate America.
Yeah, they want to just turn it into, oh, it's just hate against the poor gays. No, this is a group coming that says they're going to kill you. Imagine if there was a Christian church in town saying, go out and kill black people or go out and kill gays or whatever. They'd be arrested. Because they're organizing crime. They're organizing racketeering. They're organizing violent events. It's not free speech when you say, go kill people.
I would also be at their doorstep and say, hey, that's not how this works. Because we, as a Christian, we kind of take care of our own. You know, like if it's not like McVeigh can walk in and be like, hey, I'm going to go blow up a building in Oklahoma. And we're like, oh, that's a good plan. Because we're moderate Christians and we'll allow those things. Or, hey, I'm going to go kill a bunch of gay people. Or I'm going to go kill this woman that had adultery. We're going to stone her to death. And all the other Christians in church are like, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, let's get together and go kill her.
Yeah, we'll do it together. That's not how it works. Instead, we say, no, that's wrong. Don't do that. That's not how it's supposed to go. And then we don't let them do that.
Well, here's Rahm Emanuel, so that you know that when this is 8 years ago, when you see them pushing this all over the news, this is their goal. Get rid of legislative process, judicial process, get rid of checks and balances, and just you're on a magic no-gun list. Here it is.
And making sure that we have a president, I cannot put my partisanship aside, a Democratic president, who will take that office and use it to protect the streets and the kids that grow up on those streets, and make sure that we once again have an assault weapon ban, a Brady bill with the full force of the law on the land, because we need somebody in the Oval Office that moves this Congress. We had an election about change. People are clear about the special interest. They are tired of that gridlock that special interests cause in Washington. And I think the most simple thing we can do, and we've got to make this a #1 issue as a test vote and then take it into the election. That is, if you are on the no-fly list because you are known as maybe a possible terrorist, you cannot buy a handgun in America.
And meanwhile, they protect these very groups.
Yeah. So there is no due process to be put on the list. And then once you're on the list, there is no action
to get off it.
To get off the list. It's just like, there
are members of Congress on it. Look. It's clear what's going on. I want to shift gears now in the time we have left. I'm going to skip this network break so we have more time to cover it. To really just tell the viewers and the listeners why they've been seeing more of Tim Kennedy here. Tim, obviously, is one of the hosts of a hit show, Hunting Hitler. I'll talk some about that. Also, you've been fighting a lot in the UFC at the highest levels. And, of course, I've heard there's a big fight coming up. I'm just going to stop right there. Also, you're really good buddies with one of my best friends from high school, Shane Steiner, who folks already know here. And so this really happened by accident because you really don't do a lot of sponsorship stuff. Shane gave you some of the products. And, well, I mean, I guess tell the story yourself, but you sent it off to the anti-doping agency because you really don't take any supplements, because some of them can actually, give you bad tests. You're known as being Mr. Clean. And just a few months ago, they took a whole bunch of tests. Relay all that to folks, because you wouldn't be here, becoming somebody that's going to promote the products and, kind of have that finance us doing all these video shoots and trips and, reportage, if you didn't believe in the products. So tell folks about your experience with some of the products.
Yeah. I train 2-3 times a day. I'm on the range. It's nonstop work from sunrise to sunset, and then hours after that, I'm still working. I'm always looking for the healthy, natural edge, both to push myself as an individual physically, and then as an athlete and as an operator. I think it's our responsibility. I believe in individual responsibility. I believe in freedom. I believe in being a true patriot. And to be a true patriot, you have to be strong. You have to be mentally strong. You have to be physically strong. You have to be capable. You have to be able to work with your hands. You got to be able to pick stuff up. You got to be able to change a transmission. You have to be able to do things. Chop a tree down. Clean your gun. Just like basic things that give you freedoms. If you can't do those things, you're not free. You have to make somebody else.
You got to be able to kill 10 jihadis with a hatchet in close quarters combat.
Effortlessly. That would make me pretty happy. So looking for the edge, looking for whatever, a supplement, a natural ingredient, a food source, micro meals, whatever it is. My friend Shane gave me some of our products.
So Super Male Vitality, X2, and a few of the others.
So I took Super Male, and I can't ingest anything unless I get it approved by the U.S. ADA, the Anti-Doping Administration. So I took it and I sent it to them. I said, am I allowed to take this? 100%. They said, you're fine. There's nothing in here that is on our ban list. So go ahead and take it. So I started taking it, and I immediately saw a difference. For a guy like me, that's a 215, 220 pound athlete, that's 5-6% body fat. You notice small changes, and that's what you need. You just need little bits, little changes. It's not like I'm going to overnight feel a change. If you have more body fat, if you don't get to train often, you're going to see bigger changes. But for me, I was able to see small changes. So I had the Anti-Doping Administration say I was good to go. Then I started using it and felt good. My wife likes it. My training partner doesn't like it because now I'm being able to hang with him in some of the lifts, and he used to be stronger than me, but I'm coming for you, Shane. It's an amazing product.
I remember Shane one time was bench pressing 400 pounds free bar, something ridiculous, like 30 times in front of me.
He's a monster. He's a monster. Another one of the tenets of kind of like the true patriot idea is having this community. Like you are, yes, we have to be individually strong, but you need people around you that have the liked feelings, shared goals.
How good's he going to get over the years? Because you're a multi-black belt. He's only been doing this like 3 years. I mean, but I'm told he's getting better and better.
God, I'm just glad he's kind of older than me, because if he was a few years younger than me, I wouldn't stand a chance.
Yeah, you're just a few years younger than us. He's 42. I'm 42. He's about 43 now. How old are you?
I am 36.
Yeah, so you're still a baby over there.
And I need it. But
no, that's the Steiner genetics. His dad's world bull riding champion.
His dad pisses me off. He's a 65-year-old guy with like an 8-pack.
Oh yeah, and then Sid, of course, is world champion steer roper.
Yeah, every one of those guys athletes. They got genetics of greatness, and Shane is no different. It's infuriating when he beats me, and he beats me all the time. Not at grappling or like kickboxing, MMA specific, but like the strength and conditioning stuff. That man is a monster.
But I remember like 2-3 years ago at first, though, you were really pushing him, though. I remember he was just like, my God, I can hardly walk after these workouts.
He uses all the products too.
I'm told by folks here in town, though, that you guys do the biggest workouts ×2 of anybody else.
We had professional athletes with us last week. Professional athletes that try to do our regular Friday workout. They did a third less than us. So they reduced the volume of our work by 33% because they couldn't finish it in time. And they were also throwing up. This is normal when people come and are like, we'll just go work out with Tim Kennedy. And the funny part is people are always like, Tim uses steroids. Look, you can't have a body like that. You can't look like that. You can't train like that without steroids. Yes, you can. It's called hard work.
Well, also, you got those super Irish genetics.
I got good genetics. I also have good supplements. Think to some of these products.
But why is it so many of the top fighters that are white are Irish?
We're just too dumb to quit. We're too tough. I think it's in our genetics. Like, hey, starve us. We'll eat corned beef and potatoes. Then we'll be immigrants coming to New York and Boston, and we'll essentially be slaves for like 2 generations and be fighting with our bare knuckles just for our mere existence. And then it kind of grows on you. You get thick skin.
That which doesn't kill you only makes you stronger?
Right.
Well, I mean, let's be honest about this thing. We were going to do a shooting show 4 years ago. We'd just come out with Super Male Vitality. I'd only started trying to work out again, so Shane's looking at me, this blubber butt, and I'm like, hey, this is from the top guys, concentrated, herbs that are known to get your body to release naturally from your glands. It doesn't mimic testosterone. It just gets your own body to release your own natural stuff. And with all these chemicals in the environment, that suppresses the estrogen mimickers. He goes, listen, he's just, working out 3 hours a day at the time. He goes, listen, none of these supplements work. I just need plenty of protein, plenty of sleep. And he goes, really, you're selling supplements? And I said, okay, take some home. About a week later, he goes, I want to buy a whole box. He goes, all I know is makes my wife go crazy and me go crazy. It's the libido. And he goes, workout-wise, it makes me want to work out longer and I just have a better attitude. What is in this? And he starts going, is this legal? And I'm going, dude, we just have a top herbologist. This stuff's made in Utah by like this 100-year-old company. I'm not going to say who, they private label it, but it's our proprietary. That's why we run out so much, though, because it's like condensed. It's never heat pressed. So it's still alive. And the biggest thing I noticed within 24 hours is the libido. Not that I had any problems. And, of course, but then Shane really got into it. His dad got into it. And it even helped him actually go from being bulky to slimming down. So it really is real. It really does have an effect. And I'll tell you, I got more energy, started making my hair fall out a little bit faster. I mean, it's real, folks. So consult your physician before you take it. But it's all seen as FDA GRAS certified. That's a congressional law term, meaning everything in it is certified and seen by the government as safe. We don't put anything in there that's even halfway on a list, okay, which you can do all day long. This is truly natural, and it helps fund the broadcast and so much what we're doing. But I'm just glad to have you involved. So as you go take the title and everything and UFC and everything, that I definitely will have you there promoting the product. But it's real. It has an effect. Talk about the effects that it had for you.
Recovery was the thing that I noticed first and foremost. So you work hard, you have a 90-minute workout, you have 4, 5, 6 hours until the next workout. During those 4, 5, 6 hours, you are doing everything that you can to get your body healthy again so you can go train and push yourself to the limit. So in those 4, 5, 6 hours, you're ice bathing, cryotherapy, you're taking supplements, micronutrients, coffee, nootropics, all these things, just trying to speed up the recovery process, get the lactic acid out of your muscles, get good positive white blood cells back into the muscles for repair. And so what I noticed first and foremost was how quickly I was recovering. I would get done with a workout within an hour or two. I was like chomping at the bit to go train again, to get back on the range to shoot, to hop on the next helicopter, to go down the next rappel wall, to go skydiving, to go whatever my day had in it. And I have some crazy stuff in my day. I wanted to go right to it. That's what I felt. I was like, let's go. What's next? What
about the libido? You can't say what you said earlier in the office, but that's the easiest to notice?
Yeah, that is absolutely noticeable. I got an amazing wife. I got a beautiful wife. It's not part of my culture or religion to beat her. She can wear a bikini when she wants. She can have bourbon when she wants. She can have a beer when she wants. She can do whatever she wants. She's also a beautiful woman. So, that supplement's pretty fantastic.
Well, the thing is, Super Female works on males or females. I mean, the formulas are almost the same, but it's got a few things in it for women that are in the women's. But that's what, and I'm just being honest, this is not sold as that, but this is really what everybody can guarantee it does.
Yeah.
But it certainly works. How much do you take, though? I think Shane overdoses a bit.
He does. So I take 3 droplets twice a day. Which is the recommendation right on the the label.
Yeah, 3 dropperfuls.
Yep, 3 dropperfuls twice a day.
Yeah,
and for my
I can't even do that much. Well, because I'll be honest, I get a little too aggressive.
I'm on a range 4 or 5 hours on a helicopter.
I guess you're using it all up.
I eat 6,000 calories in a day. 6,000 calories. That's twice of what most people eat.
By the way, the sad part about you awesome Special Forces guys is especially in the Army, you'll never talk about all the stuff you've done, but talking to other people in the Army and also looking into it, you're like one of the best snipers, they say, in modern times. So all the stuff's classified. You were actually on the same ground as Chris Kyle in Iraq. And then when it comes down, you've written the Army's close combat manual. You've rewritten it. This guy wrote the manual on close combat. Now, that's, I mean,